Hey guys, coming at you from the Pandemic Palace, also known as the Bug Out Bunker, or my new YouTube studio, the camper. So I thought I'd bring you some quarantine entertainment, going back to this channel's roots and breaking out some AKs. I got a few that I haven't done any videos on yet. This one here is a Bulgarian Ak74 built in 5.56 by 45, the Lord's caliber. But 545 Master Race. Shut up, you commie. So anybody that knows me knows that I haven't had the best luck with 5.56 AKs. So you might be asking yourself, why would I get yet another one?
I was having problems. Basically what it was doing was the round would just, when it would feed, it would just hit the face of the barrel and jam and push the projectile into the case. And it would do that every few rounds, even sometimes when I would rack it. That's with steel case Russian ammo. Alright.
I've been into the ARs a lot lately, and I like to stockpile ammo, so it just made sense to at least get one AK that'll run the same cartridge. And even better, this one runs. I got it from a really trusted friend, and I've taken it to the range and ran it myself a few times, and this thing is a champ. So we'll do a fast look over and do the typical quick and dirty review. So, starting from the front, we have a Krebs 4-prong flash hider. I'm a big fan of flash hiders over brakes, unless it's something like the Surefire 4-prong. We've got the obligatory keychain or grenade pin ring on a cleaning rod. Just makes it a lot easier to get the cleaning rod in and out. Well, of course you'd do that. Anyways, we got the front sight post painted red. Flipping it over, got the Voltor. I think it's a 30mm, whatever size, typical flashlight mount. With the Streamlight Polytech. These are good little lights. I mean, you know, there's a lot of good options on the market without breaking the bank today, but I've used these for years, and they're fairly bright. They've got high, strobe, and low, maybe. Oh well. High strobe and maybe low, if you can do it. But yeah, for the price, I think maybe 40-ish, 30, 40, 50 bucks. They're solid light. They run on CR123 batteries. You know, you're not going to beat them to death and, you know, expect them to last forever or anything. But, you know, for a good home defense light or something like that, they're solid. They work. I've ran them for a long time. Never had any issues. I prefer the Surefire Scout lights. Or the Arasaka, something like that. But these work. These work just fine. Moving on down, we have the Manicore Alpha, extended Alpha rail. And this comes actually with two of these top handguards, one here and one here to make, you know, a full rail. But I just kind of like the look. And since I'm not going to run anything right here, I don't really need it. It's a nice lightweight for what it is rail. I wish they would update these with M-Lock. Honestly, this is probably, out of the U.S. manufacturers, my favorite AK handguard on the market still. I've ran the Zenit stuff, and I don't like it. It's just heavy. It's kind of big and bulky with the quad rails and sharp. It just, I don't know. I just don't really care for them. They look cool in Instagram pictures, but that's about it. Not a big fan of the Zenit handguards. They make a new one that's smooth, but just the way they mount, you still have like pieces that stick out on the side and bottom, and they just don't feel good. This is a nice, smooth, flush, lightweight handguard. RS Regulate makes one that looks pretty decent. It's a 10.5. I think it might be a hair shorter than this or similar length, but I just think this looks better than the RS Regulate one, kind of. If the RS made one that was a full length, I think I'd probably go with it. I got a BCM angled vertical grip going, you know, angled forward a little bit. I just find it more comfortable to kind of hold like that. That's another reason I like these handguards, because the traditional AK handguards where you're, you know, holding back here, it's not as stable. It doesn't feel like as being able to kind of grip it out here. But moving back, the rear sight has been notched a little wider. We've got RS Regulate side mount, primary arms micro. These are good little dots for the price. I don't know, $120, $150 price range. These, the Hollow Suns, the SIG Romeos, have all been, you know, pretty excellent little dots. You know, if you've got a lot of rifles to equip and they're not your main, you know, go-to gun, I'd suggest, you know, running any of the three that I mentioned. They'll all serve you good. 50,000 hour battery life, really crisp dot, clear glass. You can't really complain for the price. Budget optics have really came a long way in the last few years, honestly. The heart of the rifle is a Bulgarian Ak74 kit, and it is built with a 5.56 barrel. You can use the standard 74 carrier and bolt. On the extractor itself, sometimes you'll have to slightly relieve cut, I mean not like actually cut, but just slightly file or relieve under the extractor so it sits in a little more to grip the case rim of the 5.56. But other than that, basically the only difference in building this in 5.45 or 5.56 is the barrel, pretty much. It's you know, really smooth. I've got the Zenit extended charging handle. Just feels a lot better, easier to grab than the standard charging handle. Just a standard safety. I'll probably throw Krebs on here at some point. But it's smooth. It's not real stiff or anything. We've got the ALG AKT trigger. These triggers, the fire control groups from ALG are really amazing. I love Geisley triggers in general. But, I mean, this is super light and crisp. I mean, it's almost scary light. But they're like a 3-pound pole, if that. I'll show you real quick here. I mean, just barely any creep in it. Just a glass. I mean, it's like glass, the brake. Really short reset and brake. I mean, just really amazing triggers for well under $100. You can't beat them. I'm running the Magpul, what do you call it? The K2 grip, K2 AK grip. I love these K2 grips on ARs. I wish they would make an overmolded, the rubber overmold one for AKs. But this is still an awesome grip. I like it. These or the US Palms are probably my favorite. And I've actually been leaning more towards these. I just like the angle better, more straight up and down. The US Palms like that in the front, but the back kind of swells out. We've got a Voltor 6-position receiver extension. They're pretty tight, but I just keep it in one spot. I generally don't move it. And it's got QDs on both sides. And actually, if you pull the stock off, there's a little cap you can unscrew that fits a cleaning kit or whatever else, batteries, whatever. And I've got the BCM. I think it's called SOP Mod or Mod 0, Mod 1, I forget, stock on it. All in all, this is a sweet package. I really like this. I've wanted a 5.56 AK that worked good for years. And I've went through a couple SLR 106s. One of them was just, it was terrible. It didn't run at all, hardly. It was super overgassed. It felt like a 12 gauge. I mean, that thing would beat you to death shooting it. I probably should have put a KNS piston, adjustable piston in it and tried to play with it, but I ended up trading it off. And then I had another SLR 106 that I never did a video on. I wish I would have. It ran fairly well. It still had a few issues, but I think it was be a simple fix. It wasn't too bad. It was a cut down 12.5-inch barrel. Had a JMac gas combo block 13 or gas block combo, whatever. This one that makes it look like a AK-102, AK-105 with a four-piece Bulgarian style extended flash hider that was permanently attached, pinned and welded to make it legal length, which is pretty cool because it was, you know, being pinned and welded, you could still take it apart, pull the cone out, clean everything, get to the crown of the barrel and all that, which was nice, which you can't really do a lot of times on pin and weld jobs. And I like that gun, but I ended up trading it. I'm really happy overall with this. Turned out nice. It looks awesome. Shoots good. It's really nice and soft. I really couldn't be happier. But I just wanted to give you guys a look at this thing. Been a while since I've done any AK stuff. I've got several I need to crank out, so hopefully I'll be able to get them out soon. I've still been working through all this quarantine. I guess I'm a essential employee, which I'm fortunate, you know, that I have my job and I'm not hurting. So I hope all you guys are doing okay. You know, you aren't having too many hardships and they're healthy. And if you have any questions, just leave a comment. Thanks, guys. So we'll do a quick look over and do the quick and dirty. We'll do the quick and dirty, baby.